Russian exports received a significant boost. In the first 2 weeks of 2025, the European Union set a record for Russian liquefied natural gas purchases, with imports rising to 837,300 metric tons from 760,100 tons in the same period in 2024. Sanctions on Russian oil were weakened due to the Biden administration's fears of high gasoline prices during an election year. Little has been done to interfere with the Russian shadow fleet that ships large amounts of oil to India and China. The United States has also reportedly warned Ukraine not to attack Russian oil export terminals for fear of higher global prices. The Trump administration's promises could significantly boost United States hydrocarbon exports. If Saudi Arabia succumbs to pressure to increase its production, the impact of higher United States production will grow. Russian oil is likely to be tightened. Gazprom has already lost the European market for pipeline gas, the mainstay of its operations. It now has 2 lines to Turkey and 1 to China. That leaves Russian liquefied natural gas. In recent years, the private company Novatek has done a brisk business with the introduction of special-purpose ice-class liquefied natural gas tankers at berths in Denmark and France. If this practice is stopped, the Yamal Peninsula gas fields will be paralyzed. Russia's future is now in President Trump's hands. Assuming that he is serious in his ultimatum to Russia to either accept a deal or face increased taxes, tariffs, and sanctions, and that President Putin is equally serious in rejecting any deal that cannot be interpreted as a victory, the most likely outcome is a rapid decline in Russian export revenues. This would have major consequences for economic performance. While the short-term impact is unlikely to end the war, the long-term consequences of Russia's prolonged refusal to make a deal would be devastating. A deal to end the war could have different consequences. One is a relaxation of sanctions on Russian oil and ships in its shadow fleet. Another is for Turkey to allow Russian gas to join its own gas exports from the Caspian Basin to Southeast Europe. Hungary and Slovakia may succeed in forcing Ukraine to reopen the transit of Russian gas. China could agree to complete construction of a second gas pipeline, Siberian Power 2, and plans for large gas exports to Iran could become a reality. While some or all of these developments could allow Russia to start rebuilding its energy complex and thus its military, this is an unlikely outcome. Thank you for following us.